and petitioners have already given a representation to the respondents to consider the petitioners for the unfilled vacancies or to hold fresh examination for the unfilled vacancies.
और जो लोग निगेटिव कमेंट कर रहे थे ना कि पैसा खा गए ना, उनको अच्छा तमाचा है ये। देख सकते हो हम लोगों ने क्या किया फ्रेंड। हेलो फ्रेंड, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। फ्रेंड जनरल ज्ञान चैनल में आपका स्वागत है। सो फ्रेंड, आज हम बात करेंगे जो आपका ग्रुप डी का मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक के लिए हम लोग मांग कर रहे थे और जो हाई कोर्ट में कल क्या हुआ उसके बारे में बात करेंगे। तो वीडियो को शुरू से लेकर एंड तक देखिएगा, आपको इजीली समझ में आ जाएगा फ्रेंड। तो कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती फ्रेंड, ये बात हमेशा याद रखिएगा। तो हम लोग भी यही फॉलो किए और कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं हुई फ्रेंड, जीती हुई हम लोगों की। तो आप याद रखिएगा, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं हुई। तो कल जो फैसला आया था उसके पहले मैं बता दूं, जो हमारे एडवोकेट हैं थैंक यू बोलना चाहूंगा, और जो विनोद जी हैं उनको भी थैंक यू बोलना चाहूंगा, और जो हमारे बैकग्राउंड में हम लोग की बैकबोन बन के हैं जो फ्रेंड्स और हमारे साथ में हैं, जो कि आपको वीडियो में नहीं दिखते हैं, अंकित जी, उनको भी बहुत बहुत थैंक यू फ्रेंड, क्योंकि हम सभी को एक टीम बन के आगे बढ़ने से ही ये फैसला हो पाया फ्रेंड। जो पहला फैसला आया उसके बारे में बता दूं फ्रेंड, जो हम लोग का 20% रिजर्वेशन था और 80% रिजर्वेशन था। तो इसमें से क्या किया गया कि सबसे पहले जब सीसीए वाले स्टूडेंट हैं उनके लिए जो 20% रिजर्वेशन आता था ये 80% वालों में चला जाता था फ्रेंड। जब एग्जाम अगर हो जाता था उसके बाद अगर वैकेंसी यहां पे खाली रह जाती है, ये सीटें अगर यहां पे खाली रह जाती हैं तो ये उठ करके 80% वाले में चला जाता था। तो इस पे हाई कोर्ट ने बोला कि अब जो वैकेंसीज खाली रहेंगी, जो 20% वैकेंसीज हैं, ये सीटें अगर खाली रह जाती हैं तो ये इसमें नहीं जाएंगी, ये इसमें नहीं जाएंगी, 80% वाले में नहीं जाएंगी, बिल्कुल भी नहीं जाएंगी। इसके लिए अलग से स्पेशली 20% रिजर्वेशन, इसके लिए अलग से एक वैकेंसी आएगी, न्यू वैकेंसी आएगी फ्रेंड, न्यू वैकेंसीज आएंगी फ्रेश वाली, और न्यू वैकेंसीज से फिर से एग्जाम होगा फ्रेंड। तो ये सबसे पहला फैसला हम लोग की तरफ सुनाया गया फ्रेंड, जो कि बहुत ही अच्छी बात है, क्योंकि जो हम लोग का 20% रिजर्वेशन होता था ना फ्रेंड, वो क्या होता था कि जब हम लोग से सीटें नहीं भर पाती थी ना तो उसको 20% को 80% में कन्वर्ट कर दिया जाता था, जिससे कि हम लोग का हक जो होता था वो हम लोग का हक जो है 80% वालों में चला जाता था फ्रेंड। तो सबसे पहले इसको हम लोगों ने पूरा कैंसिल करवा दिया। एग्जैक्ट मैं वीडियो दिखाऊंगा जो कोर्ट में क्या क्या बोला गया, पूरा वीडियो आप देखिएगा, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा फ्रेंड। तो यहां पर आप देख सकते हो ये कैंसिल हो गया। सो फ्रेंड, जो मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक से रिलेटेड था, तो हाई कोर्ट के जज ने ये फैसला सुनाया कि जो 4 वीक का उनको टाइम दिया गया है, जो रेलवे हैं, रेलवे को 4 वीक का टाइम दिया गया है कि उनको बोला गया है कि आप लोग जो है इस पे रिस्पांस कीजिए कि क्यों इन बच्चों को मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक नहीं दिया जा रहा है, और आप अगर देते हो तो ठीक है, अगर नहीं भी देते हो तो किन रीजनों के कारण नहीं देते हो, पूरा डिटेल में बताएंगे फ्रेंड, और इसके बारे में और भी डिटेल में बताएंगे फ्रेंड। और मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक ओपन होगा, इसके लिए टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। जब ये पॉजिटिव न्यूज दे दिया ना तो इसके आगे भी पॉजिटिव न्यूज देंगे फ्रेंड। जो हमारे लॉयर हैं, जो हमारे एडवोकेट हैं, वो वीडियो बना करके खुद ही बताएंगे पूरा डिटेल में, मैं आपको दिखा दूंगा, उसमें पूरा क्लियर एग्जैक्ट डिटेल में आपको दिख जाएगा फ्रेंड। अभी फ्रेंड्स मैंने आपको सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन दिया हम लोग के केस में क्या हुआ फ्रेंड, तो अब मैं आपको वीडियो दिखाने जा रहा हूं, आप पूरा वीडियो देखिएगा, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा हाई कोर्ट में क्या क्या हुआ फ्रेंड। तो अब वीडियो आप देख सकते हो।
On your behalf, so they couldn't do help you. Today they are saying you've given a representation. We'll have it after 4 weeks.
But my lords, because the examination is also started from today onwards, and because it is also inferred out that the respondents
Examination has started today.
Yes, by today itself, my lords.
And
25th August.
25th August.
then what?
My lords, the problem is that, my lord, once the examination will be conducted, and then the writ petition will become infructuous, my lords, because the only prayer we are seeking, my lords, that the modification link is to be allowed as it is allowed to other students.
There can't be an ex parte order in the case like this.
No, my
Your OA has been dismissed. 25th exam in any case will be over.
My lord, to help them out, I'll request the department to consider it expeditiously, Lord.
Either ways, it is infructuous now.
Lord.
Order is of 13th May. You file a petition
In August, Lord.
My lords, in the honorable CAT order, the honorable CAT has
You file it, the impugned order is 13th May, you file it on 8th of August.
on my lord,
When the exam is,
my lord, it's a error. 13th of May, it is 29th of July, my lords.
yes, 29th July.
So, my lord, the honorable CAT also considered that when the result will be declared, then after their grievance will be considered. Lord, that would be of no use, because if
Then how does this court help you today?
My lords, today, if my lords can decide our CM
How
application.
do we decide it without calling for a counter?
My lords, may process to go file the counter
I'll
that
file the counter, Lord.
as soon as possible, my lords.
Before 25th.
Yes, my lords, before.
How do they file it before 25th?
Not because it's the same, because my lords, one more thing I wanted to draw the attention that up to the last 10th of August 2022, the modification link was open for students to modify their application. Last 10th of August 2022. So our prayer can also be considered because we have approached the courts with the clean hands, my lords. This is not because of default of us. Lords, in when the notification was issued, para number 12.2 says that on the date of last date of notification, on the last date of notification, which is 12th of April 2019, if the candidate is having apprentice certificate or either he have appeared in the examination, then only he will be benefited according to this. But milords, we have taken admission before 2019, but our certificates were disbursed to us in 2022,
When was the result declared?
not declare, my lords.
No, no. All right, where is the eligibility condition?
Yes, my lords. Kindly open annexer 4, my lords, of the original application.
Application form.
Yes.
Yes.
OA. Annexer A4 of the original OA, my lords.
Annexure A4. That centralized employee
Yes,
notice.
yes, my lords. In 12.2,
Where is 12 point?
para 12.2, my lords. This is a 3-tier.
1 second, 1 second.
Yes.
12 point?
2.
12.2.
Yes. Page 127.
Please read it. Please read it.
Lord, the last date for registration of online application, that is on or before 12th of April 2019 of this CEN, shall be the cutoff date for completion of apprenticeship. Candidate shall be considered to have completed the apprenticeship training only if he has appeared in the NCVT examination before the last day of registration of online
All
application.
right. When did you appear in the examination?
Yes, my lords, we have because my lords, this is not our default. My lords, the rail
When did
after the notification, my lords. But we have
1 second. What it says is cutoff date is 12/4/19. You should have appeared in the examination. Result may be declared later, certificate may be later.
yes.
What is the date of your examination?
Sir, my date of examination after the notification, last day of
After 12/4/19?
Yes.
Then you are not eligible.
Sir, right, sir. We as per that we are not eligible because at the time when the notification was released, it was presumed that the examination will be held within a year or 2 years. But because 3.5 years have been passed, and my lords, there is no other option left with us. And also, if the my lords will allow today for modification, it will not adverse the entire
No,
process.
please tell us one thing. People who have appeared in similar examination post this date, they would not have applied.
They have applied, my lords, but they are not.
There will be several who have not applied because they don't meet the eligibility criteria. How do we change the eligibility criteria for you?
My lords, that is what I'm trying to explain, my lords. That why, lords, because if we will consider this para 12.2, the examination would have been done within 1 or 2 years.
Maybe, but the cutoff date is 12/4/19. You can't say I've appeared in the examination in 2021. I'll be eligible.
My lords, that is why I'm trying, my lords. The similar issue has been decided by the Kerala High Court in the last week, my lords, as annexure number P6.
Annexure
P6 of the rate petition, my lords.
P6.
Not where the NEET issue related to NEET examination was there. The examination was also conducted, but student candidates were seeking a modification in their quota, NRI quota, my lords. And the honorable court has allowed because it was not going to affect the merit of the case.
No, where That makes no difference. Whether it affects the merit or not. The cutoff date is April 19.
Sir,
April 19, you are not eligible.
yes,
You can't say that had they held the exam in 20, if
my lords, I am not eligible because I was not eligible because of the conduct of the respondent. Because, my lords, I have taken admission before 2019, and as per that, my
you
exam.
should have completed your training before April 19.
Yes, my lords, that is why, my
Did you
lords,
complete your training before April 19?
my lords, the respondent never conduct the time training with that stipulated time. My lords, that is a 1 year period.
No. 1 year training is required.
Yes.
When did you take admission in the course?
My lords, before 2019.
When?
In 2019.
In 2019.
Yes.
So you completed in 2020.
Yes. My lord, that is in terms of justice, my lord, I am saying
There's no justice in this kind of case.
my lords,
When they apply, when they advertise further vacancies, then you apply.
my lord's last submission.
Yes.
My lords, there is, as in the last 3.5 years, there is no notification has been vacancies has been released, and in future also there is no possibility to release the vacancy.
If
And
there is no vacancy, we can't create vacancies.
so, my lords, the question is that there are 25 to 30,000 applicants. In last year also, before 2019, when examination was done, the whole vacancies were vacant because the student could not have applied. The similar situation again raises in this petition. Again, the vacancies are going to be unfilled, my lords, in the CCAA
So
quota.
if there are some unfilled vacancies, they'll have to advertise again and hold fresh
No, my
exam.
lord, that is converted to general vacancies. My
So?
lords. So, my lords, why?
That is not your challenge over here. Your challenge is permit me to participate in the examination when you admittedly are not eligible.
I'm already appearing in the examination. I'm already appearing in the examination, but
Right?
only concern is, my lords, that I shall be permitted, as other student have been permitted, to change, to upload, to update my apprentice certificate.
So you are not eligible.
As per this notification, my lord.
Then which is the other notification?
But, my lord, the only difference between here that the 3.5 years, the students are hoping the last hope with this notification only. But my lords, my liberty to direct the respondent to decide the presentation.
I was doing that, Lordship. We took 12 minutes.
So we'll dispose of your petition. There's nothing in your petition.
Still, I'll ask them to decide on merits, Lordship. I bow down.
What will they decide on merit when we hold that there is no?
Lordship, he is again.
We'll have to return a finding you are not eligible. Then they are also precluded.
My lords, but 3.5 years have been passed, and
May have been passed. They will hold.
is-
If there is a vacancy, they'll hold fresh examination.
3 times the
Otherwise,
examination.
you withdraw your petition, press your representation. What we don't know what they'll decide.
Lords, that is I'm seeking in terms of justice, if my lords may permit that, because that is not nowhere going to affect the case or the
It
students.
will affect several people who have not applied because they were not eligible.
Not, my lords, it will not affect because the certificate will
Anyways,
be
what do you want? We are not inclined to.
last, my lords, last. My lord, the certificate will be considered at the last stage after conducting of the CBT exam.
Certificate will be rejected because you are not eligible. Your certificate is 2022. Their cutoff date is April 19. You not even completed 1 year training. You're not eligible for the vacancies of
My
2019.
lord, as the current situation, as of now, every petitioner is having the certificate of apprentice.
Maybe you have become eligible after 20. You will apply for vacancies which are advertised after 20.
So, my lord, that is the request that it is not going to affect it because ultimately the vacancy will be filled on the separate basis, my lords. So, my lords, if we'll read, my lords, the petition, my lords will be.
So what do you want?
Lords, I just want to.
We are going to dismiss the petition. What do you want?
My lords, to direct the respondent to decide the
You
representation.
want to withdraw the petition or do you want a speaking order of dismissal? Because if we pass a speaking order of dismissal, their representation they cannot consider thereafter.
Yes, my lord, dismissal can be.
Speaking order? Or petitioner impugns order dated 29/7/2022, whereby the original application filed by the petitioner has been rejected by the tribunal. The petitioner had filed the original application seeking a direction to the respondents to give due weightage to the apprenticeship certificate of the petitioners. Full stop. Learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the certificates that though the petitioners had completed 1 year training in the year 2020, the certificates were issued in the year 2022. He submits that the examination has been held in the year 2022 and as such the apprenticeship certificate be considered by the respondent. This is disputed by learned counsel for the respondent who submits that the advertisement for the subject vacancies was issued on 23/2/2019 and the advertisement stipulated that the last date of registration was 12/4/2019, which would be treated as the cutoff date for completion of apprenticeship. He submits that all candidates who had completed their apprenticeship training were as on the last date, i.e. 12/4/2019, were eligible for consideration, even though even though the apprenticeship certificate had not been issued or was issued later. He submits that since petitioner admittedly had not completed completed the apprenticeship training as on the cutoff date, i.e. 12/4/2019, the petitioners are ineligible to be considered. It is an admitted position that the only notification that has been issued is the subject notification dated 23/2/2019, which stipulated the cutoff date of as 12/4/2019, before which date the candidate was supposed to have completed the apprenticeship training. Admittedly, the petitioners had not completed the apprenticeship training as of the cutoff date of 12/4/2019 and consequently are not eligible for being considered pursuant to the said advertisement. Accordingly, we find no merit in the petition. The petition is consequently dismissed. At this stage, learned counsel for the petitioner submits that since no examination has been held for over 3 years and there would still be vacancies left after the cutoff date, after the vacancies filled up pursuant to the subject advertisement, the petitioners be permitted to, after the cutoff date of so-and-so, and petitioners have already given a representation to the respondents to consider the petitioners for the unfilled vacancies or to hold fresh examination for the unfilled vacancies for which the petitioners, if eligible, would be permitted to be considered. Learned counsel for the respondent submits that without prejudice, the respondent shall consider the representation of the petitioner and decide the same in accordance with law. In view of the above, the respondents are at liberty. In view of the above, it is directed that respondents would be at liberty to consider the representation of the petitioners in accordance with law, preferably within a period of
4 weeks.
4 weeks from today. The consideration would be without prejudice to the rights and contentions of the parties, and all rights and contentions are reserved.
सो फ्रेंड्स, आप लोगों ने उम्मीद है कि पूरा वीडियो देखा होगा। आप लोगों को कुछ बच्चों को समझ में आया होगा और कुछ बच्चों को नहीं समझ में आया होगा। जिनको नहीं समझ में आया उनको बता दूं, जो मैंने स्टार्टिंग बताया था, तो हाई कोर्ट में फैसला इसी के बारे में आया हुआ है। तो आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। और जो भी है 4 वीक का टाइम दिया गया है रेलवे को, तो उसके बाद क्या बोलती है रेलवे, क्या रिस्पॉन्स करती है, उसके बारे में मैं बताऊंगा फ्रेंड। और अगर नहीं भी करती है तो भी मॉडिफिकेशन हम लोग लेंगे फ्रेंड। आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। और इसके बारे में जो भी अपडेट्स आते हैं हम लोग आपको बताते रहेंगे फ्रेंड। मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक ओपन होगा, आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। और जो लोग नेगेटिव कमेंट कर रहे थे ना कि पैसा खा गए ना, उनको अच्छा तमाचा है ये। देख सकते हो हम लोगों ने क्या किया फ्रेंड। जो 20% रिजर्वेशन है 80% में आप कभी नहीं जाएगा फ्रेंड। और हम लोग का मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक के लिए 4 वीक का रेलवे को टाइम दिया गया है। 4 वीक में वो रिस्पॉन्स करेगी फ्रेंड। तो आप लोग टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। जो नेगेटिव कमेंट कर रहे थे उनको अच्छा तमाचा मिल गया है फ्रेंड। आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। सब कुछ अपने पक्ष में रहेगा फ्रेंड, क्योंकि जो हाई कोर्ट के जज हैं उन्होंने अपने पक्ष में ही सब कुछ बोला है, निगेटिव नहीं किया है कोई भी बात। और जो भी रिपोर्ट है आ जाती है पूरा डिटेल में। और फ्रेंड, हम लोग का जो केस का फैसला हुआ है उसका पूरा रिपोर्ट आ जाएगा, उसके बाद हम लोग आपको पूरा अपडेट दे देंगे फ्रेंड। तो अभी यही अपडेट था और भी अपडेट्स आपको देते रहेंगे फ्रेंड। और अभी तक आपने चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है ना, तो सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा, जिससे कि हम लोग ऐसे ही आगे आपको अपडेट दे सके। और मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक ओपन होगा फ्रेंड। और मैं आपको बता दूं कि सभी स्टूडेंट को मैं बता दूं कि आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिए, स्टडी पे फोकस कीजिए और स्टडी कीजिए और अच्छे से एग्जाम दीजिए। कुछ बच्चों के एग्जाम हो गए होंगे फ्रेंड, कुछ बच्चों के एग्जाम हो गए होंगे, आशा करते हैं कि उनके एग्जाम अच्छे हुए हों। और जिन बच्चों का एग्जाम नहीं हुआ है वो अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन कीजिए और जाके एग्जाम दीजिए। आप लोग टेंशन न लीजिए, हम लोग लगे हुए हैं। हम हैं इसमें, जैसा कि आप हमारा चैनल देख रहे हैं। और विनोद जी हैं वाईफाई गूगल ज्ञान से, हम दोनों एक साथ में लगे हुए हैं। हम लोग एक टीम की तरह काम कर रहे हैं। तो आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। और जो अंकित जी हैं हम लोग के साथ में है, हम 3 लोग मिल करके जो है आगे जा रहे हैं फ्रेंड और आगे तक सपोर्ट करेंगे। तो आप लोग बिल्कुल भी टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। और भी अपडेट्स मैं आपको दे दूंगा फ्रेंड्स। अभी तक अगर आपने हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा, जिससे कि आपको पूरा अपडेट मिल जाए फ्रेंड्स। यूट्यूब के इतिहास में ना ऐसा फर्स्ट टाइम हुआ है कि जब आपके लिए इतना अच्छे से लड़ाई लड़ी गई है और आपको हक भी मिला है फ्रेंड। तो आप लोग टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा, पूरा अपडेट्स हम आपको देंगे और आगे तक आपका सपोर्ट करेंगे। मॉडिफिकेशन लिंक ओपन होगा, उसके लिए टेंशन नहीं लीजिएगा। अभी के लिए इतना ही। चैनल को कर लीजिएगा सब्सक्राइब। थैंक यू, बाय बाय, जय हिंद।